Equis Financial got slapped with a $34,000 fine from the Texas Department of Insurance. This integrity marketing group company is embedded in fraud. Defrauding the agent and the client is part of their business. I will bring you multiple proofs to prove my claim. It is my sincere belief that companies such as Equis Financial and Family First Life could not exist without fraud, deceit, and lawbreaking. These companies, as well as others such as National Agents Alliance, THP, a new one called Your Insurance Group, are on the radar of the state regulator. The more I learn about this operation, the more I am convinced that it is one big fraud. Let me just read from the complaint that includes their $34,000 fine. TDI, Texas Department of Insurance, received a complaint from a reverse mortgage lender that Equis was mailing postcard advertisements containing words that had the tendency and capacity to mislead and deceive the recipient about the identity of the sender. The postcard included true data from public records identifying the addressee's home mortgage lender, the loan amount, the closing date of the loan, and the mortgage ID number. The postcard stated that the mortgage service center was attempting to contact the borrower related to protecting their mortgage and provided a toll-free number for the mortgage holder to call. This reminds me of the Wes Newman whistleblower interview, a 34-year-old married man who gets between 25 and 90 calls per day wanting him to buy final expense insurance, making up names of supposedly company names that he would be interested in. Mortgage Service Center. I would not be surprised if the Pakistani call centers were also using this company name, which is blatantly illegal, and got Equis Financial a $34,000 slap from the Texas Department of Insurance. For your information, data on mortgage holders is public information. Anyone in the market of selling life insurance to new homeowners should be accessing this information. If you go to my webpage on leads, naip.org/lead-services, we're telling you this is public information from the local courthouse. Every list company, every lead company sells this data as well. If you're in the business of contacting these people on a regular basis who just bought mortgages, tremendously in your best interest to get this information from the source. Why depend on fraudster companies like Equis Financial to gather the information for you until they get fined and punished by the Department of Insurance? You could certainly do this yourself. I'm not saying you should break the law such as Equis Financial. Obviously what they're doing is breaking the law until they get caught. It's almost like they get one free strike. If they get caught a second time, that would be a shutdown order from the Texas Department of Insurance. This is not something you should be depending on a third party to do for you. The risk that you would be taking, just like they're defrauding the consumers, getting these people to call them, they're also defrauding the insurance agent by selling these leads to dozens and dozens of insurance agents. It's not a good business decision to be depending on these lawbreakers to break the law for you. If you want to break the law, almost jokingly, I'm saying, do it yourself. Don't depend on the likes of Equis Financial or Family First Life or any of these integrity marketing group companies to do it for you. The reason I'm so confident that these are law-breaking fraud companies is I've interviewed over 40 people that say the same thing over and over and over. The videos that I put up on YouTube were not professionally edited. I didn't do the proper thumbnail, but they're getting hits. I've gone back to these videos and attempted to edit them properly, which is very time-consuming since they're on YouTube already. The subject matter of the Greg Birch, Tyra Hamilton, Andrew Holland whistleblowers interviews was explosive, and I suppose that's why they got a lot of views. Other videos by agents such as Mark Cias, Ronald Levine, Nate Fadala, Mario Herfig, Mr. Makaika, Agent Carrie, Agent Sharia, Agent Lakeisha, Agent Aline, Agent Nicole, Agent Guy, Agent Sam, and others were just as consequential. YouTube showed me its analytical tools, and I understand that low quality does not work in the long term. I need you to encourage me in my journey. Please view all these videos on the Family First Life class action lawsuit witness list. Like the videos one by one if you appreciate my work in helping America's new insurance agents. In the future, I will only be uploading high quality videos to YouTube and now Rumble. Proper editing and dozens of hours of work could get any video to be Hollywood-esque in quality. I am willing and able to implement this task. You should be asking yourself, what can you do to help? I need interview subject. Please call me to tell your story. All the more so if you have knowledge of the frauds that Family First Life, Equis Financial, and others have committed to defraud agents like yourself and the general public. This is a weird situation. I've uploaded close to 40 videos online, but I've spoken to hundreds, if not thousands, of insurance agents that tell me the same story, one after one. There is no aberration. Everyone is losing money. The person that's not losing money, the person that's profiting, is the lead seller and the person who works for the lead seller. The big news that will be coming down the pike is the California Attorney General's office that is investigating Family First Life. They have given a referral to sue by Agent K in Los Angeles, California. He will be filing a lawsuit that will be public in the next few weeks. This gentleman is expecting to get $800,000. I suppose if you've got defrauded by a few $1,000s based on buying phony leads, wasted a few months of your life, when you hear of a gentleman named Agent K expected to walk away with this type of money, it's in your best interest to file a complaint with the state attorney general. I just can't see with these type of frauds that are systemic in nature how these companies continue operating. I went to the copy shop recently. I made copies of the pending lawsuit. See it here. You've got the class action lawsuit. You've got class action about robocalling. It all starts with defrauding the agent. Once they get the agent in the system, they have to convince you that the most important thing out there is leads. And they're experts at lead generation. But I gotta tell you, they're generating leads based on fraud. Outsourcing fraud to a third party is not a good place to be. You're in no control. Whether it be hiring Pakistani call centers to break the law or the local mail house to break the law. It's not something you should be outsourcing to a third party. The nature of the insurance industry is the insurance companies themselves don't want to break the law. You could usually do it one time, get a slap on the wrist. If they do it second, third, fourth time, they get a shutdown notice. In essence, the insurance companies are outsourcing breaking the law to the IMOs. And this could continue for a couple of months, a couple of years, but it doesn't continue forever. The reason that the insurance companies are paying such high commissions to anyone who succeeds in making a sale is because it's a hard job. The insurance agent should be getting the bulk of the money that's allocated for marketing and sales. IMOs such as Family First Life, Equis Financial are breaking the law. Because they're breaking the law and they're bringing you in as an insurance agent and they're telling you these lies that they're experts on lead generation, the only thing they may be expert at is breaking the law until they get caught. Because they're doing this act of breaking the law, which inevitably they're going to get caught, they're able to enrich themselves while harming the consumer and the insurance agent. This should be your job. I'm not saying to break the law, but I will tell you straight up, I know it sounds very weird. If you're willing to break the law, I need people to think for a moment. The core of life insurance sales is getting in front of people and closing deals. Depending on a third party, which is a lawbreaker, for the aspect of getting in front of people is not a smart decision. If you believe that the only way to get in front of people is by law breaking, whether it be on lying on a mailer or having Pakistani call centers breaking the do not call laws and lying on their initial introduction, if the U.S. postage postcard is lying on their introduction and that's against the law, the phone calls they're making that are contrary to the do not call laws are also breaking the law. It's just a matter of time before they get caught. I need your help as an insurance agent to bring these lawbreakers to justice. For the most part, ripping off new insurance agents on leads is in the purview of the Attorney General. Ripping off the consumers on churning and elder abuse, or in the case of gathering leads in a fraudulent manner, would be in the purview of the Department of Insurance. But the fact is, you make a well-written complaint, copy, paste this to all the relevant parties, which could be the Federal Trade Commission, the Department of Labor, Department of Insurance. In the case of Mr. K of California, he's claiming discriminatory actions by management of Family First Life based on his race. That complaint also went to the EEOC, but the one that refers you an attorney to sue where you could profit yourself would be the Attorney General. Let's do the research. Let's not be ripping off consumers. Let's not, most importantly, be ripping off yourself, because in essence, these companies could not exist without breaking the law. 40 videos. I've got a list of hundreds of people that have told me that they want to interview with me. Because of the time and effort it took me to edit the videos that were already uploaded the last couple of weeks, I haven't gotten around to contact these people, tell them, hey, let's do the interview. The 40 people that are online, quite persuasive. Do I really need 100 or 200 or 300? Subsequent YouTube videos that I will make will be me reading the text of the lawsuits that were filed regarding the cease and desist Family First Life, class action lawsuit Family First Life. I'll just read it. Family First Life became a powerhouse in the recruiting industry for new insurance agents based on lying on YouTube videos. They've deleted hundreds of videos after the Federal Trade Commission cease and desist, but they did enrich themselves in the meantime. I'm not sure if they've gotten any $43,000 fines. I've seen items that weren't deleted that certainly should give them the $43,000 fine by the Federal Trade Commission. That's not a shutdown order. Shutdown order will be coming from the Attorney General. That's the only place where you could become rich yourself. Mr. K of California, certainly expecting, based on my conversations with him, to walk away with $800,000. Family First Life stole his downline. He was earning between $10,000 and $15,000 per month until he complained about a racially insensitive video. Subsequent to that, Family First Life, headed by Sean Mikey, stole his downline from him. Completely illegal, especially considering California's law, which protects independent contractors from wage theft. Similar to if one works in a 7-Eleven, the boss says to you, hey, we don't have plans for you next month. Because of that, I don't really believe that I have to pay you for the previous months that you worked. Completely illegal. It involves jail time. At the end of the day, I would not be surprised if Sean Mikey and his ilk end up behind bars. There's just too many people who have told me specific examples where Sean Mikey and Family First Life have broken the law, which would cause them to go to jail. It's just a matter of time. Anyone on this world of YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook who wants to tell me their personal story of how they got defrauded by Family First Life or Equis Financial, please call my office. You have a fiduciary and a moral responsibility to prevent other people from being defrauded. Appreciate what I'm doing. Please like the video. See you again next time.